I went live. I tried to go over the connection between using Ormus monatomic gold. I believe I mentioned Haitaki, but if I didn't, I'm going to mention it right now. Haitaki, which is the dried fruit of the Terminalia chibula plant, right? The pulp of the dried fruit of the Terminalia chibula plant. And Moldavite, excuse me, which is also known as Bouteilenstein, right? Bottle stone is what it's been called in German. In combination, in order to accomplish what we call shadow work. Shadow work being what you have to do to deal with or to confront the energies that are blocking you from establishing your boundaries properly. Now, what do these three things have in common? What do they have to do with each other? Maybe I'm walking in the wrong direction because the sun is coming over my shoulder. But I got to get back to my car. Now, first of all, Haitaki. Haitaki, Kadukai Podi, is a very good cleanser, detoxifier. So if you take Haitaki under your tongue, well, if you swallow it, it's very bitter, okay? The warning is very bitter. It goes through your system and it gets rid of everything that doesn't belong there. It gets rid of all of the impurities. I'm sorry, I got to keep cleaning my lens. It gets rid of all of the impurities in your blood, and it even cleans your brain, believe it or not. It even cleans the pineal gland in the brain. So this helps you reach a state of clarity. Now, I would combine Haitaki with fasting, refraining from drugs and alcohol, because the Haitaki is trying to clean that out of your system, and drink a lot of water, keeping a pure lifestyle, and allowing yourself to clean out. The sauna will help you do that. So that is a good ground, I guess you can say, for you to start taking a monatomic gold, or Ormus, O-R-M-U-S, orbitally reorganized monatomic substances, right? Ormus has an effect on the pineal gland as well, in that Ormus, well, it has an effect on the brain, in that it helps to encourage both hemispheres of the brain to work in synchrony with each other, to work more in synchrony with each other. One of the benefits of Ormus is that you have a focused mind, right? So, Haitaki first, cleanse, purify, and then Ormus to open the mind. You're going to have to take a few days to get used to taking Ormus. Actually, a couple of weeks. If you take a little bit every day under your tongue for a couple of weeks, you're going to find that the Ormus effects start to kick in. Your psychic abilities may become enhanced. Your ability to discern things might become more clear. You may have a greater sense of intuition, believe it or not. I mean, these are only anecdotal things that I've heard from people who have taken it, right? And myself, right? Now, where does Moldavite come in? Well, Moldavite is a very high energy stone. It's a tektite. It's not a stone, it's a tektite. And most people who do the crystals thing understand Moldavite to be more powerful than any of the crystals, people who are into crystals, right? Some people believe that Moldavite is so powerful that you have to take it with shungite, as you have to wear it or use it with shungite, which will empower you. Well, I don't use Moldavite with shungite, but some people do it as a grounding stone, right? They believe that the energy, the frequency, the energy of Moldavite is so high, so intense, that they have to calm it down with shungite. I don't agree with that. I believe you should take it raw and go ahead and deal with the energy. Now, Moldavite has a peculiar type of energy that some people can't really handle, right? And that is, Moldavite is kind of like a friend, right? In that when you wear Moldavite, and I'm not wearing my Moldavite right now, but when you wear Moldavite, it tends to put a little edge to your attitude, right? A little bit of indignation, a little bit of, it's like a friend that loves you, right? Looking out for you. And so you may find yourself spiritually influenced by a greater sense of boundaries, a greater sense of protection of yourself, protection of your being, and protection of your life and your dignity. And that's one of the unique things about Moldavite. It's hard to describe the energy of Moldavite. But trust me, if you combine the energy of Moldavite with your body having been purified through fasting, through a clean diet, through sauna and hydration, there's a lot of things, right, that you would have to do. And Haitaki and Ormus, right, for consciousness expansion and clarity, you're going to find that under those circumstances, when you are wearing your Moldavite, right, you can wear it, you can tape it to your pineal gland while you go to sleep, you can tape it to your crown chakra while you go to sleep. You will find that the energy, your energy level is higher even while you're sleeping. And when you wake up and remove the Moldavite, you'll be able to go back to sleep, and you'll get a deeper level of sleep because you'll be sleeping at a different frequency. So by combining Haitaki, Ormus, which is monatomic gold, and wearing Moldavite, you'll find it a lot easier to do your shadow work. And I don't know how familiar you are with the term shadow work, but if you understand what shadow work is about, it's something that you have to do. It's necessary. It's necessary for your mental and emotional well-being. You have to do your shadow work. So if you're going to do your shadow work, if you're going to go through this for your own self-development, then those three, I guess you call them supplements, but those three things would make it easier for you to accomplish that, right? Cleansing the body, especially with the use of Haitaki, expanding your consciousness with the use of Ormus, monatomic gold. And keep yourself hydrated too, because Ormus tends to dehydrate you. And so does Haitaki, because it helps you get rid of toxins. So drink a lot of water. I'm really, really big into water. Proper rest. You have to get your proper rest, right? And get yourself a nice piece of authentic Moldavite. And you'll understand why when you get those three things in order. right? Haitaki, Ormus or monatomic gold, and a piece of Moldavite. And you'll find that it's life-changing. It's life-changing in a very pleasant and relaxing way. You'll find yourself being more centered. Yeah. There's a lot to it, right? I've often done videos on this channel with TikToks, right? Watching TikToks of reactions from Moldavite, reactions from Ormus, reactions from Haitaki. And most of the people that are within those circles or fans of either one are not usually connected to the other two, right? So try all three and thank me later, right? And while we're on the subject of purification, I think I've talked about this several times before, but it's been about a year or so since I brought it up. Cleanse your gallbladder with tart cherry juice. I always say this, right? Cleanse your gallbladder by drinking tart cherry juice on an empty stomach every morning for 2 weeks. And then hang upside down. Do some inversion because the gallbladder only has one opening at the top. So you got to hang upside down to get those stones out. You know. You can add a little bit of Epsom salt. You can add a little bit of olive oil to kind of loosen things up. Or castor oil. But either way, that's just for the digestive tract. You want to get the brain clean with Haitaki. You want to focus the mind with Ormus or monatomic gold. And you want to hone the emotions. I guess you could say hone the emotions using Moldavite. All right? And it's hard to find real Moldavite. It's hard to find authentic Moldavite. There's a lot of fakes out there. A lot of people selling real Bouteilenstein, meaning bottle stone. They're selling 7-Up bottle glass and melting it and making and saying that it's Moldavite. You have to know what you're looking for when you're shopping for Moldavite. There are these little imperfections, bent bubbles. There are certain things that you have to look for when you're looking for Moldavite. Moldavite is a product of a meteor crashing into the Earth about 15 million years ago, scattering all of these pieces throughout the Vltava River or the Moldau River and Czechoslovakia, and the Czech Republic, excuse me, in the Czech Republic. And of course, they recently implemented laws where you can't mine any deeper than 1 meter or something like that for Moldavite. So the price of Moldavite is expensive, and it's going to become more expensive as time goes by. But it's worth the investment. So I wanted to make this video, about a weekend ago, or last weekend, and my favorite bar, Eureka in Claremont, was crowded. It wasn't crowded, it was loud. It wasn't crowded enough, but it was loud. So I had to lay off. I had to cut it short. So I finally have a chance on this video to explain what I was trying to explain under the same title of Moldavite combined with Ormus and Haitaki for doing your shadow work. And those who follow these channels, hey, get yourself some good quality, a nice quality piece of Moldavite. Get yourself some Ormus. I recommend Ethereum. If you're going to start off with Ethereum, and get yourself some Haitaki. You can order Haitaki online. You can order Haitaki on eBay from India, directly from India, which is what I would recommend you do. Anyway, I want everybody to stay kind, Because as you know, kind is not only the new sexy, kind is the only damn sexy. I want everybody to stay blessed,